Observatory is a new work generator. We produce new work by emerging, young and early career writers, and we put them on stage in premiere productions. Our ethos is that we produce daring, adventurous and imaginative theatre. We're interested in the extraordinary, the unique, the weird, the experimental. So we wouldn't really do, your usual kitchen sink drama, you could say. We're all about radical creativity and radical imagination and throwing lots of ideas on the table and seeing how we can put them together and make a unique work for the stage. What better people to facilitate that than young and emerging writers who are bursting with fresh ideas, who are bursting with enthusiasm and passion to create work that are unique in that way. It's my vision for Observatory Theatre to become one of Queensland's leading new work theatre companies and leading theatre companies for emerging and early career theatre makers and writers.
It's big ideas and big creatives coming together to develop their craft. It's daring, it's dreaming big with a sense of adventure and curiosity.
I love Observatory because they are doing interesting things, new work, things that are a little bit outside the box. Observatory always try to involve the outside within the play, what's happening in reality as well as what the play involves.
Observatory Theatre is alike many emerging companies in the sense that we're passionate about young, new ideas. But the thing that makes Observatory stand out is the level of business acumen and professionalism, which allows the company to grow and offer opportunities to people at all levels of a process. The level of detail and care that goes into it is unlike any other. Observatory explores ambitious and exciting ideas, but in a way that's accessible and is really rigorous.
It's so wonderful that a small emerging indie company manages to have a program for new work and have several steps along the way, but bring that to be on stage. It's quite amazing that Observatory can do that for the arts community and for emerging writers and also performers. It's definitely different to what goes on in most indie companies because they struggle to get the shows on stage for starters, let alone have the time and effort that needs to be put into to run programs like Telescope.
At Observatory Theatre, art is equal. In the rehearsal room, all creatives are on the same level, and it can be difficult to find that sort of dynamic. It's really refreshing to feel that every single voice, no matter the department, is valued and it's respected and it's embraced. I believe that great art starts with fellowship, and so that's what Observatory Theatre provides. I definitely think audiences can feel that too.
I really credit Observatory Theatre for any sort of success I may have had as both an artist and an arts worker. I've been lucky enough to perform at Le Bois as part of the assembly program, and I don't think that would have been possible without the people that I met and what I learnt about the industry at Observatory. As an arts worker, I have a full-time job at Brisbane Festival, and I'm really grateful for that, and I also really don't think that would have happened without the groundwork and the practical learning that Observatory gifted me. You just don't learn that kind of thing at university. So Observatory is incredibly special to me, and I'm ever indebted.
Lachlan as a director is very open to suggestions, and I've never enjoyed the rehearsal process at all. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and so it was really freeing. It was great to have the chance to play and to suggest things and to go on a journey with your character. Also timelines of things. There was a lot of work on the story around the play. I found that really beneficial, and it was a really comforting and friendly rehearsal room, which was just excellent, no drama at all. And Lachlan is so very passionate about what he does, and he does so much stuff that he shouldn't need to do, always moving furniture or supplying everything. It was just a really wonderful experience.
My experience has been nothing short of transformative. I've discovered things about myself as an artist that were surprising. I've stepped into roles that I initially hadn't even thought about doing. So I've overcome a lot of anxieties and a lot of insecurities. As an artist, I've grown a lot of confidence within my practice since being with Observatory Theatre. My creative practice, I think a lot of people can relate, can be quite a lonely process. So I've also made some great friends and associates.
There's a gap in our industry. There's community, there's professional, but then there's this big spot in the middle. And companies like Observatory Theatre are essential for bridging that gap and creating opportunities for independent and emerging artists to grow. That has a flow-on effect to the art that we're putting out, and that has a flow-on effect to Brisbane and Queensland really growing its artistic capability and prowess.
There's so few opportunities. It's so difficult to move from community to the professional sphere. Even people that have done full 3-year courses, there's only really 2 funded companies, and the chances that people are going to get an opportunity there are not high. So they need somewhere else to go, and the fact that there are so many octopus tentacles of Observatory, there's bound to be somewhere that they can slot in.
Emerging and indie artists deserve a sense of place to explore their ideas without judgment. I think it's critical for them to feel supported and encouraged to try things that are a bit different. Companies like Observatory Theatre are an essential part of Queensland's industry. They help shape and flourish the amazing dynamic culture that Queensland has to offer.